Campbell soup on the shelf is like a part-time cook in your kitchen.
The makers of Campbell soups bring you Request Performance. This is the program where the stars you request do the things you request. Tonight your stars are Alan Ladd, Bud Abbott, Lou Costello, Dale Evans, Leith Stevens and his orchestra, all in Request Performance, produced by the Masquers Club of Hollywood. And tonight your letters have requested a return engagement of Marty Wilkerson, the radio sweetheart of servicemen all over the world who know her as G.I. Jill.
Hi, fellas and gals. Thanks for inviting me over again. With this broadcast, we're really going to ring out the old year and ring in the new. You know, Time magazine picks the man of the year. Your letters to Request Performance have picked the tune of the year. Here it is, sung by Hollywood's first lady of Western pictures, Dale Evans.
With my high starched collar and my high-topped shoes and my hair piled high up on my head, I went to lose a jolly hour on the trolley and lost my heart instead. With his light brown derby and his bright green tie, he was quite the handsomest of men. Oh, I started to yen, so I counted to 10, then I counted to 10 again. Clang, clang, clang went the trolley. Ding, ding, ding went the bell. Zing, zing, zing went my heartstrings. For the moment I saw him, I fell. Chug, chug, chug went the motor. A bumpty, bumpty, bump went the brake. Bump, bump, bump went my heartstrings. When he smiled, I could feel the car shake. He tipped his hat and took a seat. He said he hoped he hadn't stepped upon my feet. He asked my name, I held my breath. I couldn't speak because he scared me half to death. Ah, buzz, buzz, buzz went the buzzer. Flop, flop, flop went the wheels. Stop, stop, stop went my heartstrings. As he started to leave, I took hold of his sleeve with my hand. And as if it were planned, he stayed on with me, and it was grand just to stand with his hand holding mine to the end of the line.
Thanks, Dale. There are more requests for you to answer later. The top man on the tabulations from the mailroom this week is Hollywood's handsomest tough guy, Alan Ladd. He's been demanded by hundreds of listeners, including Sheila and Betty and their gang in Brooklyn, Helen and Sis and Tony in Cliffside, New Jersey, and John Bromley in Painesville, Ohio, who wrote us on the inside of a Campbell Soups label. How about that? But the hottest flash of the week came from Philadelphia, PA. Mrs. Mildred Flint would like to hear how a radio quiz show like Truth or Consequences would sound if it were run by Alan Ladd.
It's time for Double or Leave It. Nothing is funny. Professor, ask it, basket, and let the quiz kids take the consequences. Of course, everybody knows how we played Double or Leave It. Nothing is funny. Professor, ask it, basket, and let the quiz kids take the consequences. So I won't bother to explain it to you. First contestant.
Hello.
What do they call you?
George Roberts.
Not a bad alias. Roberts, this is a legal question. In the case of the People versus Dutch Houlihan, what was the name of the mother of the mall of the rat who stooled?
Would you mind repeating the question?
Oh, I'm sorry. You'll have to take the consequences. Next contestant.
Well, go ahead, Costello. What's stopping you?
Oh, hey, Abbott!
What's the matter?
I changed my mind, Abbott.
Go on, Costello. Get up there. Go on, get up there, Costello.
Okay, hey, not me, Abbott. No. Did you see what happened to the last guy? A bang! A bang! I'm going home.
What's the matter, you yellow, Costello?
Oh, no. I just happen to think I got to go home and listen to the Jack Carson show.
No. That isn't on till Wednesday.
That's all right. I can wait.
Okay, we'll take care of you later, fat stuff. Get up here, Abbott. All right, here's your question. Now listen, Abbott, where were you on the night of January 29th, 1921?
Well,
Let's have the rubber hose, boys, and throw that light in his eyes.
But
All right, come clean, Abbott. We got the goods on you. This is the 3rd degree, and unless you spill everything, we're going to give you the works.
Look, I confess. I did it. I'm guilty. I did. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear. Glad.
Well, that's more like it. You're a lucky man, Abbott, for being such a good contestant. We've arranged to have you electrocuted on Hobby Lobby. Well, we're all ready for you now, Costello. Drag him on, boys.
Hey, let me go. No, let me go now. Come on. Come on. I don't want to. I changed my mind. Hey, Abbott.
What's the matter, Costello? You seem nervous.
Oh, me nervous? Laddie, go home.
Why, what are you afraid of? This is just a little old quiz program. You're only up here for a few short minutes, then it's all over.
What do you call this program? You can't take it with you?
Now, look. I asked the questions here. Where were you born?
I don't know.
Where was your mother?
Where was my mother? She was in Chicago.
And you were born in Chicago.
No, I wasn't. I was traveling with my uncle at the time.
What day of the week were you born, Costello?
Thursday.
How do you know?
The next day we had fish.
Look, don't play smart with me, Costello. You see what I got here in my hand?
It's a gat.
It's a small gat. It's a gittin'. All right, now reach in this hat and grab a question.
Give me the hat. Here goes.
Well, what do you know? There was a bear trap in the hat. Yes, sir. Caught you that time, didn't we? Just a little joke to get you in a good mood. Now, here's a Band-Aid and your first question.
Okay, shoot.
Don't put ideas in my head. All right, here's your question. This man was the father of his country. He was also the first president of the United States. And the George Washington Bridge was named after him. Who was it?
Could you give me a hint?
Well, okay. His first name was George, and he crossed the Delaware River on a raft. No coaching from the audience, please.
You say his name was George, and he crossed the river on a raft? I got it. George Raft.
Wrong. That was a nice try, Mr. Costello, but I'm afraid you'll have to take the consequences. All right, boys, roll it in.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, just a little old torture rack. We're going to stretch your bones a little.
Go ahead, do your worst. I'm ready to die. I have on my clean underwear.
This is going to kill you, Costello. Lie down on this bed of nails.
Oh, that's kid stuff.
All right, then we'll put you in this vat of boiling oil.
Just kid stuff.
Kid stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Nothing scares you, huh?
No.
All right, boys. Roll on the record machine.
Record machine? What's that for?
We're going to make you listen to a record of your last week's radio program.
No! Anything but that, brother! How much can a guy stand?
Del Sharwood, I'd like to ask you a little question.
Well, go ahead, Alan. I'm not afraid. I've got insurance.
Well, here's the question. What on your what is like a part-time what in your what?
Well, everybody knows the answer to that, Alan. Campbell soup on your shelf is like a part-time cook in your kitchen. Now, a New Year's resolution that may have a familiar ring to many of you.
In 1946, I'm going to find more time to do the things I really want to do.
Well, lady, that's not always a simple thing to do, but I do know one thing that'll help you get more free time. Just you resolve to build more family lunches and suppers around big steaming bowls of Campbell's vegetable soup. Why, a hearty and tempting meal is only a matter of minutes with this good soup as your main dish. In fact, Campbell's vegetable soup is so filled all through with good eating, mothers everywhere call it almost a meal in itself. There's nourishment and fine flavor in the sturdy beef stock, and it's thick with nutritious garden vegetables. Good. You bet, 15 different kinds of vegetables, tender carrots and peas, lima beans and sweet golden corn, luscious tomatoes, and all your other favorites are on hand to delight your taste and provide good nourishment. Yes, ma'am, with Campbell's vegetable soup to help you. Delicious and well-balanced meals take only a few minutes to fix and give you added free time in the bargain. Ask your grocer for Campbell's vegetable soup. Campbell's soup on your shelf is like a part-time cook in your kitchen.
This is Jill again. Now we're going to dig into the stack of request performance letters marked, "Attention, Dale Evans."
Present and accounted for.
Well, Dale, the order of the day has to do with a certain GI who's been having a rugged time of it. It's been a whole year since he came home to the States, and during that time he's had to stick pretty close to his bed at Hammond and now at Letterman General Hospital. His name is Leon Gaudio, and I think it'd be swell if you sang a song for him.
Okay, Jill. For Leon and all the rest of the Leons on the other end of the beam, here's that song. Every day along about evening, when the sunlight's beginning to fade, well, I ride through the slumbering shadows along the Navajo Trail. And when it's night and the crickets are calling and the coyotes are making away, well, I dream by a smoldering fire along the Navajo Trail. Oh, I love to lie and listen to the music while the wind is humming a sagebrush guitar. And over yonder hill, look at the moon, it's climbing. It always finds me wishing on a star. Well, what do you know? It's morning already. There's the dawning so silver and fair. I guess it's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. Oh, what do you know? Look at the sun, it's shining. There's the noon train bringing the mail. Boy, it's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail. Yes, it's time to climb into my saddle and ride the Navajo Trail.
Thanks, Dale. Our next letter to request performance comes from Toledo, Ohio. It's from one of our younger listeners, Master Dennis L. Gowdy. I hope that's the way you pronounce it, Dennis. Well, he wants to hear one of the famous comedy routines of Abbott and Costello. So here they are, the two men who have made America laugh happy, the great comedy team of radio and motion pictures, Abbott and Costello.
Thank you, Hey, Abbott.
What?
There's one thing I want to know right now.
What's that?
This is really a beautiful studio.
This is one of the finest.
Isn't this a gorgeous
Take a look
place?
around.
Look at that wall over there.
Yeah.
Isn't that a beautiful wall?
Marvelous.
You know what that wall reminds me of?
What?
This one over here.
Oh, well, naturally, walls are walls.
All right, hold up.
Look, suppose you walked over there and you bored a hole in that wall.
All right, I walk over there and I bore a hole in the wall.
Why? Why should you go over there and bore a hole in that wall?
I'm not boring a hole in the wall.
Why should you go over there and bore a hole in that
You
wall?
just made a suggestion. You said, suppose you go over there and bore a hole in the wall.
Makes no difference.
I don't go around boring holes in walls, brother.
all right.
If I want to get out of here, I don't have to get out through a hole in a wall.
You don't.
They got exits here if I want to get out.
Excites.
E-X-I-T-I.
Yeah.
Out.
What makes you so dumb?
Just comes to me natural.
That's what I thought. Suppose you walked into a baseball park. What teams are playing?
What teams are playing?
What teams are playing in that baseball park?
I don't know.
Then what are you doing in there?
I don't know, brother. You got me in there. Now get me out.
Wait a minute, don't blame me for everything. I'm asking. You're in a baseball park.
Yeah.
What teams are playing?
I don't know.
Then what are you doing in there?
I just said you got me in there, brother. I don't know from nothing.
You don't know from nothing.
No.
What is the first thing you buy in a baseball park?
A hot dog.
A hot dog.
Without mustard.
Oh, no, mustard. Mustard goes with the hot dog.
Not with mine.
Mustard was made for the hot dog.
I don't care what it's made for. I'm not going to eat it. I don't like it.
Listen, mustard and the hot dog go together.
Let them go together. I don't want to spoil any romance. If I don't like mustard, I don't have to eat it for you or anybody else.
Oh, well, I didn't know you
What do you think,
disliked
yeah, big man? If you tell me to eat mustard, I got to eat mustard?
I didn't know you disliked
Mustard
it.
burns my tongue.
You shouldn't eat that.
It's hot stuff, and I'm not going to eat mustard for you or nobody
I'm
else.
sorry, I didn't.
Mustard makes me sick.
All right, well, I don't want you to
Why
get
should
sick.
I walk around the street sick?
You shouldn't be.
I'm a happy kid.
I understand.
I love life.
I know you do.
I love life. I want to live. You're not going to put no mustard in my mouth
so you
and
don't
make
eat it.
me go around there
you don't.
sick kid.
All right, you don't eat it.
After all, you know, I'm a married man. I got a wife and two children.
I know that, don't I?
If I eat mustard and get sick and I can't work and got no money, what happens to my kids?
Well, now,
They
listen.
wind up in the orphan asylum.
now, Lou, please.
You're a fine guy sending my kids to an
Now,
orphan
wait a minute.
asylum.
Who's sending
What
them
did my
where?
kids ever do
Nothing
to
at
you?
all.
What right you got to put them in the orphan
Do
asylum?
you know what you're talking about?
Come on, get my kids out of the orphan
Just a
asylum.
minute. What started all this?
Mustard.
Mustard.
And I'm not going to eat it for
Give
you
me
or
a
nobody else.
reason. Who are you that you shouldn't like mustard? What are you, some big shot, too big a guy to like mustard?
What do I don't like it. I like Worcestershire shores.
Hey, that's got nothing to... Look, suppose you walk out on a bridge and you jump off.
I'm not jumping off any bridge.
Well, now, what are you doing on the bridge?
I'm not on
You
any
see,
bridge.
you don't know what
There's two things I don't like, and it's bridges and mustard. And if you want to burn me up, brother, all you got to do is stick me in the middle of a bridge with a handful of mustard.
Get out of this argument.
What has all this got to do with me boring a hole in the wall?
Oh, forget about
That's
that.
what started the whole argument.
That damage is already done. You'll get a bill for that. Don't worry about that. Look, come here. Do you know where mustard comes from in the first place?
I know they don't scrape it off a mustard plaster.
No. They manufacture mustard.
Sure.
Do you know they spend millions of dollars every year to put up factories just to manufacture mustard?
Yeah.
Do you know those factories employ thousands and thousands of men just to manufacture mustard? Do you know those men take care of thousands and thousands of families all on account of mustard? And you, just because you don't like mustard, what do you want them to do? Close those factories down and put all those people out of work? Would that make you happy?
Do you mean to stand there and tell me that those thousands of people are making one little jar of mustard just for me?
Now, wait a minute.
If they are, you can tell them not to make any more, because I'm not going to eat it. Close down the mustard factory.
Close them down.
If I eat mustard, what happens to the poor people working in the Worcestershire George factory?
Now, wait a minute. Just a minute. Close one factory at a time.
All the people that I put out of work in a mustard factory, put them to work on the bridge and build it up again.
That ain't the question at all. I ask you a little simple question. You don't answer me at all.
Ask me something with a little
All
sense
right,
to
say
it,
you
will
walk into a restaurant.
Yeah.
And the waiter places on one side of the table a platter of beans. On the other, a great big juicy steak. Now, which one of these two would you
I
eat?
eat the bean.
What happens to the steak?
What do I care about the steak?
Then why did you order it?
I didn't order nothing.
Now, wait a minute. Let's get
You
together.
gave me my choice
What do
of
you mean?
beans
Am
or
I
steak.
am I supporting you?
No, you're not supporting.
What do you mean I give you your choice?
You said to me, what would you rather eat, the beans or the steak? I was nice enough not to sponge on you.
On me.
I say I eat the beans, and here it comes.
What are we going to do with the steak?
Right out the door. Throw it away.
Throw it away. People around the country starving to death and you're throwing steaks away?
Look,
A
never
fine
mind.
place.
I'll eat the steak.
You'll eat the steak.
I'll eat the steak, put the beans and mash it on the steak. I eat them together.
I see. Want to make a hog out of yourself. Look, do you know where that steak comes from?
A cow.
A cow.
I hope.
You don't have to hope. It comes from a cow.
Okay.
Do you know what that cow gives?
Milk.
Milk, yes. Do you know who that milk supplies?
A cow does not give milk. You gotta take it away from
We
it.
understand that. Do you know who that milk supplies? Little babies.
Yeah.
Without that milk, they'd perish. They'd die. But you don't care. Just to satisfy your selfish appetite, you let them go out and kill all the cows and let the little babies of the world starve to
Look,
death.
Abbott, will you ask me a simple little question?
All right, here. Answer this, please.
ahead.
You walk into a railroad depot.
little, huh?
You walk into a railroad depot. Say the Grand Central Depot in New York City.
Yeah.
You buy a ticket. Where are you going?
I'm not going anywhere.
Then what are you buying a ticket for?
I'm not buying anything.
Then what are you doing in the depot?
You put me in there, brother!
Just a minute. What are you doing in the depot?
I'm not even in a depot.
You must be in a depot. You said you were in a
All
depot.
right, what am I doing there?
What are you doing there?
I'm asking you, what am I doing there?
How do I know? Don't you know?
No, I don't know. I mean,
What does anyone go to a depot for?
2 or 3 things.
Never mind. What are you doing in that depot?
I mean, after all,
What are you going to do?
I'll go away.
Where?
I'll go bye-bye.
Where? Where's bye-bye?
Down this way someplace.
Where? Where's that way?
South.
Where?
Up the
Where?
border.
Pick out a place.
I'll go to Baltimore. I don't want to go, but I'll go.
Baltimore. What's the matter with Philadelphia? What have you got against
I
Philadelphia?
got nothing against Philadelphia. I got friends in Baltimore.
Suppose you had friends in Philadelphia.
All right, then I go back to Philadelphia.
What happens to your friends in Baltimore?
I'm not talking to them anymore.
Suppose your wife was in Philadelphia.
Then I go to Chicago.
That's all. What's this?
Well, yeah, but I mean...
This is Jill again, dipping into the request performance mail. Now, let's see. Oh, Alan, come here a minute.
What's up, Jill?
Well, here's an interesting letter. Georgia Robinson of Kansas City asked for a gangster story in which Alan Ladd is a good guy.
Well, that's what I keep telling him down at the office. Bless you, Georgia Robinson.
Okay, everybody. For the next 4 minutes, Alan Ladd is going straight.
Alan Ladd in a request performance short thriller, $200.
My kid brother couldn't sleep. I figured a walk around the block in the night air might make him feel better. That's how we happened to be at the corner of 18th and Market at 3:17 on the morning of March 23rd. How you feeling, Davy?
Better, Johnny. Let's go back home, huh? Hey, what's that?
The alarm on the bank.
Hey, stop! Police!
Shut up. Keep moving and shut up.
Police, help!
Davy! My kid brother was dead on the sidewalk. It happened so fast, the car was gone before I could do anything. But I saw his face, the man with a gun. I saw his face, and I memorized every feature of it.
Is this the man?
Yes, Sergeant.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
He's crazy. I was in St. Louis. I got 30 witnesses to prove
Hold it, Morelli. Nobody's asking you any questions. Now, look, kid. It was dark. You were sleepy. You only saw the guy for 2 seconds. You, could have made a mistake, couldn't you?
There's no mistake. He killed my brother. But I was the only witness, so the court found Steve Morelli not guilty. That's when I decided to do something about it on my own. But you don't find professional murders listed in the classified section of the phone book. I had to look a long time in back alleys, down by the waterfront to find the man I needed.
What kind of job you want done?
I want you to kill Steve Morelli.
Steve Morelli? He's a big man.
How much do you want to do the job?
$200.
I haven't got that much.
That's my price.
Couldn't do it for less, huh?
No.
Okay. Thanks just the same. When you're making $23 a week, $200 is all the money in the U.S. Mint. But I didn't give up. For 3 weeks, I kept thinking, studying all the angles. Then one afternoon, walking along the street, I ran into him. Steve Morelli. In the daylight. Free. Alive.
Hello, kid.
Hello, Morelli.
Say, you ever find the guy who knocked off your brother?
They will.
Sure they will. You know it wasn't me, don't you? It was so dark you couldn't see.
Yeah, that's what they said at the trial.
So that settles it. Say, kid, you look kind of down and out. You doing okay?
I get along.
I like to help out a young fella. And I buy you some clothes, a new pair of shoes.
Go home, Morelli.
Anything you want, just ask me. Can I lend you some dough?
Dough? Yeah.
How much? 20? 50?
You can lend me $200.
Sure. Glad to. Here. Right off the top of the roll.
Thanks.
And you can send it back to me anytime you want.
Don't worry, Morelli. You'll get it back. Soon.
Alan Ladd, Bud Abbott, and Lou Costello will be back in just a moment. But first, Del Sharbutt with something more to say about New Year's.
Well, not exactly about New Year's, though maybe this is a good time to invite you and your family to sit down soon again to steaming bowls of an old favorite soup that has stood the test year after year with families everywhere. It's Campbell's vegetable soup, and it's always made a hit with folks because it has the good flavor of a vegetable soup made the old home kitchen way. The beef stock is the hearty, full-flavored kind that a home cook would approve of. And the vegetables are the same fine quality as those you select for your own table, cooked to tender perfection till they practically melt in your mouth. Good. Yes, Campbell's vegetable soup is so tempting to appetites and so chock full of luscious vegetables, women everywhere say it tastes every bit as good as their own home soup kettle kind. And they agree there's just no sense going to the bother of making vegetable soup anymore. Well, how about you? Want to have Campbell's vegetable soup, maybe at supper tomorrow? Campbell's soup on your shelf is like a part-time cook in your kitchen.
Well, we've just got time enough for a quick answer to a letter from Norma Baker of Kansas City. She wants Bud Abbott to be the old 1945 going out and Lou Costello to be the 1946 coming in. Okay, boys.
Well, if I'm the old 1945, I better be on my way. Bring in the new year. Where is little baby?
Hey, Costello, you're the baby New Year. Where are you?
I'm over here sitting on my mother's lap.
Hey, dope, that's Dale Evans. That's not your mother.
You pick your mother and I'll pick mine.
Get over here, Costello, and please show me a little respect. After all, I've reached the ripe old age of December 31st.
Yes, there you are with your sickle and your long beard and your nightshirt. And here I am wearing my little three-cornered... It's not a hat, is it?
Now, look, let's get down to business, Costello. You're the new year.
I'm the new year?
Yeah, what are you going to wish the people?
Well, if I'm the new year, there's only one thing I can wish the people.
Yeah, what's that?
Happy Costello, everybody!
Well, that's the last request performance for 1945, but we hope you'll be with us next year, which means next week, which means the Andrews sisters, Keenan Wynn, Lucille Ball, Victor Borga. And believe it or not, you'll hear Keenan Wynn as your favorite childhood hero, Tom Swift. And this is Jill inviting you to send in your request to Campbell Soup's Hollywood and tune in again next week. Good night, everybody, and Happy New Year.
Good. Good. That's what Campbell Soups are. Good.
Every week, Campbell Soups bring you two big shows from Hollywood. The Jack Carson Show on Wednesday, and on Sunday, Request Performance. Request Performance is directed by William N. Robeson. Remember, you're the boss on these Request Performance broadcasts. Your letters addressed to Campbell Soups Hollywood, pick the performers, and tell them what to do. And how about making Request Performance a regular Sunday evening habit?
Good. Good. That's what Campbell Soups are. Good.
Alan Ladd can soon be seen in the new Paramount picture, Blue Dahlias. Dale Evans in the new Republic picture, Along the Navajo Trail. Abbott and Costello appeared through the courtesy of Campbell Cigarettes and will soon be seen in their new Universal picture, Little Giant. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.